Alright. I gotta figure out what's going on with that.
If you're joining us, we're live in LA and you're watching the Ubisoft Forward pre-show. Only 10 minutes to go until the main show starts and it's heating up.
That rate's terrible.
We'll be joining the team to kick things off with gameplay from Star Wars Outlaws, but for now, take a sip of that cocktail and settle in for news on our brand new free-to-play arena shooter, Battle Core Arena, the warrior's den that is for honor, Assassin's Creed Mirage on your iOS devices, and some tactical updates from The Division 2.
Stream seems to be stabilizing. I have no idea what's going on with the internet. It seems to be like it was all fine this morning. I was watching YouTube video. You know what? I'm gonna slightly lower the bandwidth on this then. Hold on. What if I lower it down to, say, 8,000? Let's lower it slightly. Maybe that will help with the buffering. You guys shouldn't see a significant drop off in quality. Because it's only a 1080p stream anyway, and the compression is terrible. So hopefully that will at least mitigate some of the immediate issues.
Meant for me. Bushido called in the shape of a blade, the last of its kind.
There we go.
Our enemies
Hey Tyler, just fixing internet problems. It was all fine this morning, like for the last couple hours it was perfectly fine. I was watching videos without any buffering, no loading issues. Immediately as I start the stream, I get a drop off. So I lowered the bit rate slightly on the stream. Again, you guys shouldn't really notice the difference because it's only a 1080p stream anyway. And the compression on the Ubisoft stream is terrible, I can tell you already. Like watching this trailer, there's artifacts everywhere. Anyway, I use correction once in a while. The internet does not work, but it doesn't happen often. Yeah, I mean, everything's up to date. I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing. But I know that there were issues prior. Like last week, they had some guy come out and do maintenance to like the entire area. So it wasn't just like, you know, specifically my internet. Apparently it was like the entire neighborhood, and I don't know, maybe they're doing updates, doing some infrastructure maintenance. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm lowered the bitrate, so I hope that that fixes things immediately, or at least in the short term. I don't think this stream's going to be a very long one. It'll probably be an hour at the very most. And again, it's only 1080p anyway, so there's really not much bitrate that all this is sort of taking. I wanted to briefly, before we start with Ubisoft, this is the last stream for the Summer Games Fest, or whatever you guys want to call it, the E3 not E3 game presentations this year. So we're going to end it here with Ubisoft. I really am hoping for some surprises, but I want to see the Splinter Cell remake. That's really what I'm kind of hoping out for. You know, Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed. We kind of know what it is already, so we'll probably get some extended gameplay. That'll be pretty cool, but for me, I really want a Splinter Cell remake. I would like to see Watch Dogs return. You know, I feel like it's kind of time. Watch Dogs Legion was, you know, an okay game, but it wasn't a Watch Dogs game in my opinion. It was just, you know, some spin-off, and, you know, look what we can do with the technology. That's kind of what it was. So, we'll see what happens here. Watch Dogs 4 is a huge reveal. Yeah, possibly. You know, Ubisoft has a lot of great franchises. There's that rumor that another Ghost Recon game is being worked on as well. I think Rainbow Six, they're going to keep on updating Rainbow Six Siege for forever at this point. They tried releasing, what is it, Rainbow Six Extraction, and it, like, was just dead on arrival immediately. So we'll see what happens here. You know, I also wanted to point out, too, I felt that I got a bit too opinionated in my rant yesterday at the end of the PC Gaming Show, to the point where it kind of came off almost as insensitive. I hope it, you know, that you guys didn't feel that way, but I was watching it back, I'm just like, man, I kind of got really passionate there towards the very end of that stream, so I apologize for that. Really, it's not that I didn't enjoy the PC Gaming Show, I did, but I just feel like there's more, there's so much more potential that they could do with that show, which was kind of just the point that I wanted to make. You know, there's a whole modding scene with PC games, and the whole space surrounding the technology of PC gaming is something I just wish that they could, you know, they should focus on, really. In my opinion, they should have a presentation that's all kind of like a general showcase, how they normally do the PC Gaming Show. That should be like an hour long, and you show your heavy hitters, you show some indie games, you show some updates on mods or something, you know, something from the modding community there, and then go into like another presentation, like after the main one, right? Maybe it's like another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, and it's like interviews with developers, and that could be mostly focused on your indie projects where they can talk about the game, and it's not just, you know, trailer skit. You know, I feel like there's just a lot of wasted time there. And you saw they had like 3 montages, and then they went back to like, oh, we're just going to talk here for 5-10 minutes, and I just felt it was weirdly disconnected from all the other showcases. So anyway, that's just the point I wanted to make, but I hope I didn't, you know, I didn't want it to make it sound like yesterday I was like, oh, like all this stuff is crap, which is not true. There was some really interesting, great stuff in there, stuff that I'd be interested in even trying out, but I just feel like there's so much more they could do with the show. Because PC gaming is such a wide platform, and it's a creative platform, and it's the heart and soul of gaming to begin with. So that's all I wanted to say on that. We also got some more details now that, you know, time is kind of or things have kind of settled down and people have been able to ask questions from the media. I wanted to pull this up quickly to talk about this Xbox again. So we now got confirmation. First of all, here's the prices that they showcase. We now have confirmation, by the way, that this is a limited edition Xbox. So it's going to be available only, you know, in limited quantities. Basically, once it comes in, once it's sold out, they're not going to be producing any more of this. I was thinking to myself, first of all, look how funny the deal is, right? So you have $600 for this, which is a bit like if Sony comes out with a PS5 Pro, excuse me, and it's the same price. You know, I guess that's why it's a limited edition, because it's not going to be for sale forever. But because of that, I may actually pick up this console because I really do like the design. We'll see. But then you go to, you know, 1 terabyte, the digital version, and this is $450. And now if you want to buy a disc version, they only want $408. So I know this is on sale, but I just, like, look how funny this is. You actually get less. You pay more and you get less, even if you have no intention of using the disk drive. It could be used for backwards compatibility. You know, maybe you see a game in your game store on the 360 original Xbox that is backwards compatible on the Series X, and you know, if you don't have a disk drive, then you have to rely on the storefront. And there are games that aren't backwards compatible on the Series X that are not available on the storefront. You need the disc for them. So you're missing out on those games, and then, you know, it's not a Blu-ray player or 4K Blu-ray player, which I know very few people care about, but
We're just seconds
I just
out
thought it
from
was
the
so
main
funny,
show.
the value of this.
Don't miss our
408
amazing
bucks
post show, where we'll
for
dive deeper into some exclusive gameplay.
for a much
But
more
now,
wider feature
and
set
I've
on the
always
console.
wanted to say this,
You know,
it's
you
time to
basically
join the
have
crew
no
of the galaxy
limitations here
far,
for
far away.
less money, or yeah, for less
Welcome
money
to
than what they're charging
Ubisoft
here for the digital
Forward.
version. Anyway, I might pick this up, actually, just because it's a limited edition. I really do like the design. Maybe I might sell my original Series X and use the funds to pay for a portion of that towards this version, because I really do like the console. But I'm worried because once this console goes, and let's say they're kind of phasing this out, and now the only thing you have is this digital Xbox Series X, and this is how Microsoft may be trying to kind of, you know, lean people more towards digital. Most of the audience on Xbox is digital, but this might be how they're going to actually do it in terms of their next console. They're going to get you kind of familiar with the fact that, oh, we're only selling the Series X digital edition, and then when the next Xbox comes out, you know, it's exclusively digital. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Hey, how's it going, Hamster? Just talking briefly about the new consoles and stuff. I just think the pricing structure is funny. This is so much cheaper than this now. Anyway, the Ubisoft Forward is starting. Looks like they're taking a page out of Sony's book. They got an orchestra. Let me close this. So yeah, I think they need to work on the pricing structure there, but it is a limited edition console. I might pick it up. We'll see. I assume this is for Assassin's Creed Shadows. You know, that's a good point, Tyler, as well. Driver. Driver is a franchise that is also dead, and Ubisoft owns it, and the last Driver game was really good. San Francisco. Great game. You know, really great game. And it was kind of short, you know, quirky, but, you know, it had a lot of character, and the carjacking, or whatever it was, that sort of mind mechanic where you can go and access any car was really kind of cool, and they built missions around that. So I would love to see oh yeah, with that Star Wars game, completely forgot about this. I would love to see a new Driver game. If they do a new Driver, if they announce a new Driver, they showcase the Splinter Cell remake, and let's say like Ghost Recon or something, like goes back to its roots. Even though, again, you know, I liked Wildlands. Breakpoint I played on launch, and it was just bad at launch. It was a glitch fest. It ran poor. I heard that it's fixed, so I would need to try that out again. But we'll see. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, and then Watch Dogs, what I mentioned. That could also be an interesting return.
Hey, new record. At the top, where it should
Let me know if
be.
the volume's a bit low or if I need to increase it.
Let's go.
Oh, the Rayman franchise. That's also been kind of gone.
Hello everyone, I'm Matthias Karlsson, Game Director at Massive Entertainment. Today, we'll show you
So
a
I'm
different
lukewarm
type
on
of
this
game.
game. I think it looks good. I like this sort of Uncharted, you know, inspired mechanics. There's kind of, you know, platforming, and it's third-person cover shooter. I like that. By the way, why isn't this going away? Come on.
Is to find elusive experts scattered across the galaxy.
There we go.
These experts will
I heard there's also a Grand Theft Auto Wanted system in this game where you get, like, the Empire kind of hunts you down, so it could be really interesting.
Here, we're looking for a gunslinger who can teach us some new tricks. Our intel points to the Mos Eisley Cantina on Tatooine. So let's head back to our ship.
I just, like, you know it's going to be a big world because it's Ubisoft.
Picking up in Accra Station.
I just hope it's not, you know... The problem with Ubisoft is they take the formula for one game and they apply it to all their games in their lineup. And so everything just ends up feeling the same.
It's a great place to resupply.
That's why people often say it's kind of factory, you know,
Merchants
made.
are often affiliated with the syndicate.
You know, it's
Might offer you
formulaic.
a special deal if you're in good standing with them. This kind of business attracts all kinds of shipjackers, contract brokers, and corrupt officials.
get your name cleared from the wanted list.
Your ship, the Trailblazer, is a refined EML 850, the last of its kind. On board, you'll find everything you need to finalize your preparations.
I do have to say as well that I'm really happy that EA no longer has full control of the Star Wars franchise. It is great that other developers and teams are able to create for this, series. Because EA just really screwed it up. Except the Star Wars Jedi games. Those are the only great things, but, it's amazing. To me, it's amazing, like, how much they fucked up Battlefront. That could have been incredible, but, they really just did not know how to manage that. And Respawn, being a talented, great developer, was able to produce the Star Wars Jedi games, and those are great games, but, they do have some issues, quality issues, performance issues. But man, the storytelling, the gameplay is just excellent.
One down.
And we also have Quantic Dream working on another Star Wars game. What's going on with that? That's going to be super interesting. I feel like it's been forever since, like, Detroit Become Human.
Happy to help. And you can tell Gorak he owes K-Vess a ship.
In space, your actions also have consequences and can impact your reputation with syndicates. This optional dogfight allowed us to improve our reputation with the Pikes while making a few credits.
Spooling up the hyperdrive.
Now let's continue our journey and head to...
It's in development hell, really? Okay. It's a shame because I've been kind of missing their games. Like, I've been feeling like it's been time for another Quantic Dream game. And yeah, I guess if it's going through development hell, I mean, now they're kind of a publisher, right? And they, like, the games that they've been published so far have been really solid. I actually am probably going to check out Dustborn when it comes out next month or the month after. But Under the Waves kind of just blew me away. That was a beautiful, beautiful game. Great storytelling, and it's small. It was a simplistic game, but I was really kind of surprised. The music was just on another level. I went and bought the soundtrack like immediately. So yeah, it's a shame. I hope it does find its footing.
Welcome to legendary Mos Eisley.
See, this is really cool. I love this concept. Landing on planets, the space combat.
Or explore what the city
This is what's going to be, the selling point for this game, is that you get to visit all these worlds. It's not curated spaces. It's like full recreations. But how fucking large is it, and what is the content going to be like within that space? Is it going to be worthwhile? Is it going to just be fetch quests? That's the main thing. And Ubisoft struggles with that. Ubisoft has a tendency to just fill the map with lots of bullshit, and it's boring. It's not worthwhile. It doesn't progress storytelling.
The best place to start is the cantina.
So I hope that's not the case here. There are reports that, a few years ago, that things in Quantic Dream aren't that good. Okay. I did hear, like, management-wise, there were some issues with, the way they manage their own internal studio. Like, I forgot what it was. I don't think it was as bad as, like, the Activision situation, but it wasn't that good either. So
you'll quickly realize that this lawless desert planet still holds many mysteries.
I guess we should just be thankful that we have supermassive games and that they're doing all right. They give a similar style.
Our storehouse and find our way into this heavily guarded fortress without triggering the alarm.
Busy place.
This is the Snowdrop engine, right? Which is the same engine that powered the Division. It's very impressive. You could tell visually that it's a really just great looking game. It's consistent, you know, things just look really, really good. Yeah, Snowdrop. It's a really impressive engine.
There's a data pad or something.
I didn't play the Avatar game, although I own it. I haven't played it yet. But from what I've seen, it just looks incredible. Like visually, you know, like they really nailed the art direction and atmosphere. And that's another game that uses the Snowdrop engine. It's also nice that not every game is using the Unreal Engine. I feel like that's, you know, it's sort of taken the world over by storm. And like the Unreal Engine 5 is incredible, right? The tech behind it. But, you know, I also like proprietary technology like the Snowdrop engine. I'm kind of bummed, to be honest, even though I'm sure it's going to look amazing. I'm kind of bummed that the, you know, CD Projekt Red's abandoning their Red engine. The next Witcher is going to be built on Unreal Engine 5. And again, I'm sure it's going to look amazing, but, you know, when you look at like what they did with Cyberpunk, and I'm sure it's really difficult to manage an engine and to build the assets. I won't even begin to imagine what that's like. But I miss the days of like, you know, proprietary technology and all that, and it just seems like it's going away very quickly.
Wait, Quint, that sheriff from
The Avatar 3 movie is coming December 2025, same month as Five Nights at Freddy 2. Okay. I heard it's like done. I think it's, isn't it like finished? Like they just have like post-production and stuff right now.
We're in trouble, pal.
James Cameron's gonna get his 6-7 movie plan.
We need a quick exit. Come on, Nick.
The bike comes to you, huh?
There we are.
You again. If you're still looking for Haas, I haven't seen him.
Actually, I'm here for you. I heard you're the best shot on the planet.
Oh, and you want to be second best. Now is not a good time. The Huds
Maybe
are
Avatar
getting
3 will be
ready
the
to get
best.
ready. Get
I mean,
your
I liked
best
Avatar 2. I thought it was a
What we have just shown is the
good
beginning
movie.
of one of the many
You know, they
adventures that go on
retreaded
in
familiar
Star
ground. They
Wars
kind of had
Outlaws.
to
Whether you want to learn new blaster skills, upgrade your
hit the
speed,
same beats because it was so long since the original movie. But
or become an
you know,
unstoppable
I'm a fan of good filmmaking, and at the end of the day, it's still good
Finding an
filmmaking.
expert is
Impressive
always an adventure
filmmaking.
in a galaxy full of opportunities.
So based off of what I've seen here, I gotta say I'm not more excited or any less excited for this than what I feel originally. I'm just really curious how they're gonna manage the story content within this large world. And it's not even a large world, it's worlds, you know, because you're gonna be flying from planet to planet, it looks like. So how large are those worlds gonna be? And also, how are you gonna, you know, put some quality stuff in there? I hope they do it.
Surviving in the workers' district in
Paying the
Canterbury.
train new employees with a proprietary
Seeing the
engine.
rich
Oh.
get richer while pulling off small cons
Yeah, I guess
with your
that too,
buddy
huh?
Nicks is all you've ever known.
It's a good point.
After crossing one of the galaxy's
Not your
elite,
words, but friends from the industry.
Rank
No, I could
hunter
imagine that makes complete
with your
sense.
one chance of freedom being an impossible task to pull off one of the
So it all
greatest
just, you know,
heists
increases development
of all
time at the
time.
end of the day.
To increase
Kinda
your
makes
chances
sense.
of survival, you'll need to seek out elusive experts scattered all across the outer rim. From a skilled pirate turned
Is that guy, was that guy
sheriff
holding a
gunslinger
stuffed bear?
to a sabacc high roller who has perfected sleight of hand.
He's holding it like
Or
the
even
stuffed bear, like.
a group of scrap
So
hoarding
exciting.
javelins that can fit off-market parts to your starship. Follow rumors whispered between locals or a tip-off from a cantina bartender that will lead you to their location before embarking on shady and
You know what?
often
I'm really happy that
dangerous
Ubisoft has a
jobs
stage. It's not
to
a
grow
stream.
from a
It's an
street thief
actual, like,
into a
you
fearless
know,
outlaw.
presentation,
But as
conference.
a wanted scoundrel,
This is the
it's in your
closest
best
thing to an
interest
E3
only to
conference
stick
that I've
around
seen this year.
long enough
I know Summer Games Fest is
you
also
before
live, but
jumping
it's a bit different.
new
This is
location.
like, what we're seeing right now is like old
Syndicates
school
and
E3,
leaders
you
such
know?
as Lady Kira and
This is
Jabba
what
the
it used
Hutt
to be like,
have
except
their
we don't
hand
have
in
Aisha
every
Tyler.
part of the galaxy, from the darkest corner of Acre Station to the lawless sands of Tatooine. Build your reputation with them to earn lucrative rewards, or
It is. It's a
gamble
bear.
everything, risk facing their
It's a
wrath,
stuffed bear.
and double-cross them to land yourself a big score. On behalf of Massive Entertainment, along with our co-development studios all across Ubisoft, and of course, Lucasfilm Games, it's my privilege to share another look at this childhood dream come true that we've crafted with passion and wonder.
Wonder what kind of Star Wars game they will make
If
after
you're willing to
Star
take
Wars
the risk,
Outlaws. Probably
galaxy
something.
Is
Yeah.
full of opportunity.
I could imagine them doing something different. A Star Wars hero shooter, multiplayer. Oh, Jabba's in it. What's the timeline of this game?
Welcome
It's
to the first ever open world Star
it must
Wars
be like around A New Hope, huh?
set in the dangerous golden age of the underworld.
Let's raise the stakes, shall
Is that no? That's Lando. Okay.
Okay.
You play as Kay Vess, a scout
got all these
looking
characters.
to start a new life. Kay gets pulled into a plan that will change everything.
I believe if you follow the plan, no one gets hurt.
Fortunately, she won't do it alone. From childhood,
one of those,
Kay and Nix have been inseparable partners,
You're welcome.
helping each other every step of the way.
All right, distract him, Nix.
Using their criminal skills and tools,
That thing is adorable, though.
Kay and Nix will have to constantly adapt to every scenario.
Nix, you want to drop that for me? Come on. Whoa.
If you don't want me to sound the alarm, you'll get me out of here.
As your versatility grows, gain access to new skills and more lucrative contracts.
There she is.
A friend needs a little something stolen.
And in this world, your actions have consequences.
I can't let you walk out of here. I'm gonna finish it.
Shame.
And reputation is everything.
Where is he?
Wow.
The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And more attention
Don't mess
you
with
will
her, I
receive
guess.
from some of the most notorious syndicates of the galaxy.
And how did you think it was going to end?
Tell the governor the payments will not increase.
It's up to you where your loyalties lie.
Hey, Nix!
Being wanted by the Empire brings a new set of challenges.
This is getting bad. Hold tight!
So as your exploits grow, beware of who you cross.
Hang on!
Scattered across the stars are unique locations, rich biomes, environments, and adventures to discover. Traverse the lush jungle world of Akiva, the ancient city of Kijimi, the dangerous savannah moon of Tashara, or roam the lawless planet of Tatooine.
So there are 4
When
worlds?
it's time to move, pilot Kay's trailblazers
Or they just listed off
transition
some.
from planet to planet.
There has to be a limit.
hyperdrive.
So 4 planets, 4 large open worlds
Once
within
you
those
land,
planets.
You can explore all these worlds on K's S-57 Cardinal speeder. This is the life of an outlaw. A life where you fight, explore, and infiltrate parts of the galaxy you never thought possible. There are opportunities at every turn, and if you're willing to take the risk and defy the odds, the galaxy is yours for the taking.
Yeah, it looks solid. I like, again, Uncharted with Star Wars. You know, like, I guess the Uncharted style gameplay mixed in with the Star Wars universe. I think that's cool. Again, hope the storytelling and just the mission structure, all that is there. Oh, is this the X Defiant?
Watch me. Detonate.
I think this is free to play, right? Yeah, August 30th, it's coming soon. This game just looks like... It just looks like Call of Duty to me. Like, you can literally just put Call of Duty instead of X Defiant on the top there, and I'd be like, yep, it's a Call of Duty game. I just don't care for how, like, you know, insane some of the you know, new content has been for these shooters. Like, when you look at Call of Duty, I saw a video, someone said this is Call of Duty in 2024, and it was literally like people like in Gundam suits fighting each other with laser swords, and it's just like I come from the age of, you know, Call of Duty 4 and stuff. I'm looking at this, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, it's made by oh, Mark Rubin.
Hello, everyone.
I recognize that name. Infinity Ward veteran. Okay, well that makes sense.
With the world we created. We've gathered a lot.
I definitely recognize the name.
During season 1, and we are continuing to work with you.
Anyway, I just think it's funny how, like, off the rails these military shooters are.
Season 2, Chorus of Havoc has just begun, and
it's just like
a new narrative arc with brand new Sea Lords.
They just go
the
insanely whack in the multiplayer.
Bertrand are set to challenge
Oh, Skull and Bones! This is the quadruple A game
if you are victorious.
from Ubisoft. Nothing can touch it.
Brand new ship, the Brig. It's fast, maneuverable, and perfect as a warship or smuggling vessel.
You know what, Tyler? I think the PC gaming show should be about quadruple A gaming. Screw everything else. We need those quadruple A games.
Limited events, the Summer Fiesta and Dragon's Regatta boat races will have you competing for additional rewards to customize your ships.
I can't believe you said that.
We've also added community
like, if you're gonna say
features,
that,
including fleet management,
you need to follow it up with a good
assign
game.
your ships to a POI, secure your profits, expand your empire, and deliver precious pieces of aid.
And what's sad is that this game was in development for like a decade. We heard about it forever. And for it to come out in the state that it did, like, I don't know, man. There might be no hope for this. They're gonna push it for, like, you know, as hard as they can for these couple years, but I don't know if people are gonna, you know, stick with it. It needs to have offline play.
Into the Dragon's Wake. You will meet the mysterious Li Tianning, a renegade of the naval faction, the Dragon's
I heard it doesn't
Claw.
run well. I
This
heard it's
new
glitchy.
seaworld
I
will
heard
create a
things
big
just
impact
don't
on the
look
open
good.
seas and brings new activities,
The mission
stories,
structure is
and
terrible.
rewards.
I've heard like
You will
virtually
also
every
face
part
off
of the
against a
design
brand
of this
new
game
legendary sea monster
is
like
flawed
never before.
in some
A
severe
flying
way.
dragon,
That's
resurfaced
what I've
after
heard.
eons of slumber.
And I did play the beta
new
for this
5v5
when like
PvP mode
a while
will
ago.
offer
I
new
played the
ways to
beta,
play,
and I swear to you,
progress,
like after
and
10 minutes of
gain
playing,
rewards.
I turned it off. I was like,
This
I
mode
can't
will be
stand
a
this.
key feature of Season 3.
There was like too
And
many
you can
issues
also
with the
try
way
it
the game was
separately
playing,
as
and
part
I
of our
couldn't
free
figure out
trial.
where to go. And like there was
Finally,
glitches
thank
where
you
you
to
couldn't
all our
land on
players.
certain
We will
islands. I
keep
just
working hard to bring you
I just
original,
gave up. I was like,
amazing
"Yep, I'm done."
experiences as we
And that
continue
was
to
like
go on this
that was like the
journey
beta
with
or
you.
something. A little while ago. Season 2? Didn't it just come out? Last year? Well, I guess they're doing Season 2 now, yeah. Oh, Prince of Persia. So we're getting a smaller Prince of Persia game, but I hope that this leads to a much larger game and a revival of the franchise.
And today, I have 3 special treats for you. Since 1989,
Oh wait,
players have gone on epic
we already got the
adventures
small Prince of Persia
through
game,
legendary
didn't we?
Persia. Embodying
Did it come out
relentless
earlier this year,
princes,
or am I thinking of something
capable
else?
of defying gravity, running on walls, rewinding
Oh, Perfect
time
Art
to
looks
avoid
incredible,
traps,
London.
and
Fantastic.
defeating mythical creatures.
Yeah, a mixture of Mirror's
To
Edge and
celebrate
Deus
the
Ex.
35th anniversary of this iconic franchise,
You know, both games that
we
are just
wanted to
MIA
give
at the
you
moment.
new,
But yeah,
exhilarating
it
adventures.
was one of my favorite things, if
Back
not
in
my
January,
favorite thing that I saw at the
Prince
Xbox
of
conference.
Persia, The Lost
That
Crown
was
released to
fantastic.
critical acclaim from
I'm really
media
happy that it
and
looks as good
players.
as it does, considering that we just heard,
Ubisoft Montpellier
you know,
has
that
a
it was going through a
special
lot of
treat for you
development
all.
issues.
Check it out.
Hello everyone.
Okay, so this game came out in January.
Shared about our game. The free updates released over the past month.
That's right.
It's been thrilling to watch.
This is a expansion that they're doing. Some type of update. Wow, people are very excited.
Now, have a look at our first title update, available for free, called Divine Trials. And next, a glimpse of a story DLC.
Like I said, I hope that, you know, the success of this game leads to a revival and much larger Prince of Persia game. One of those, you know, classic franchises that has also been gone for a little while. So it'd be great to get that back in a big way. I guess we'll see what happens. They're going to show Assassin's Creed at the end. Well, I said earlier when the show started that I'm really holding out for the Splinter Cell remake. I want... It's time that we see that, you know? Show some gameplay. It'd be great to get that next year. Watch Dogs has also been missing for a little bit. You know, Watch Dogs Legion to me wasn't Watch Dogs 3. It was just some weird spin-off. And I thought we heard some rumors about Ghost Recon, another Ghost Recon game.
There. Ubisoft has partnered with the
So we'll
indie
see.
studio Evil Empire
But yeah, they're definitely going to
to
focus
bring
on
their amazing independent
Shadows.
spirit to the franchise. The Rogue Prince of Persia, which released just a few weeks ago, is a fast-paced action platforming roguelite. Throughout the early access phase, we'll be gathering valuable feedback from you all, while also delivering regular updates and additional content. Here's a taste.
Hi, we're recording this just before early access release, while everyone is in full debugging mode and completely freaking out. So by the time you see this,
Oh, Far
the
Cry,
process
yeah.
has already been out for 2
I mean,
weeks
what,
already.
Far Cry
And it's time to thank you, people
6?
from the
Was it?
future,
Yeah, it's...
for all your love
God.
and the billions
Far Cry
of sales
6
you've made
was
now that the game is
20...
free and has 100%
Was it
positive
2021?
reviews. Today, I can happily announce
I think it was
that our
2021,
first
it wasn't
update, Temple of
2022.
Fire, is about to release.
Yeah,
Check it out.
I mean, I don't think we'll probably hear about it for another year, personally, but yeah, there's also that. I liked Far Cry 6. I was one of the few people who actually did. You know, I thought I think I just liked the environment of Far Cry 6. You know, I like the more jungle, rural atmosphere compared to something like you know, Far Cry 5, which was a good game for its narrative, and the characters are great.
With a
but
glimpse of what we are calling our love letter.
I didn't. Oh shit!
One
Wait,
of the
hold on.
most beloved game in the entire series.
They're putting a bundle.
One that I'm sure you'll agree is truly timeless. Thank you.
That'd be sick if they're gonna do a bundle with all those games. Probably not, but that'd be awesome. Wait, now that I think about it, are we getting a Sands of Time remake? Yes, I was gonna say we heard about this, that they were gonna do a Sands of Time remake. I thought, or maybe it was a rumor or a leak or something. Well, that's really good. It's not coming for a while though.
With Rocksmith Plus, you can learn guitar and
Yeah,
piano
Far Cry 6 is
fast
2021.
anytime,
Okay.
anywhere.
Yeah, I really like
From
the
your
setting.
PC,
It reminded me of
and
Far
now
Cry 3, which is still my favorite in the
Discover thousands of
franchise.
songs from
And
artists like
I mean,
Tom Petty,
the first Far Cry
Coldplay,
game I
and
played was
Linkin
Far
Park,
Cry
with
2,
new songs on
which
each
I
track.
actually enjoyed.
Enjoy practice tools to hone your skills, like adaptive difficulty.
So,
tap the music gear. Whether you're a
I mean, Far
beginner
Cry
or
4 to me just felt
anyone
like it
can
was
learn with
treading on
Rocksmith
familiar
Plus.
ground.
Plus, get real-time feedback
And then
with
I liked Far Cry
personalized
5 for its
recommendations to
narrative,
grow your skills
and I
each
thought the
day.
villain was fantastic,
And best of all,
Joseph.
new users
Joseph
can
C.
download Rocksmith Plus free
You
with
know,
access to a limited number of
really great
songs,
villain.
lessons, and features.
I like the concept of that game. I just didn't care for,
free today.
you know, the world and stuff. Montana. I didn't care for the setting. Oh, here's Avatar.
No way. No freaking way. Oh my god.
This guy.
saying that a lot.
These guys have like an orgasm coming out of the cave. Oh my god. That's funny.
Nice.
You know what's sad is that this game, you could tell it's not doing so well because it went like on sale for half off like a month after it came out. Like, this game is so dirt cheap now. And it's a shame because I've heard it's really good. But they just can't seem to like get an audience for it. You know, like, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are really buying it.
The battle has been won. It is time to heal, rejoice.
It's horribly optimized? Oh, really? I know it has one of those hidden graphical features on the PC version, but I heard the console version was okay. Oh, maybe was the performance mode that was really bad. It might. I think the quality mode was okay, but the performance mode was, it had some dips.
They tried to break
Anyway, I haven't played the game yet, so, but I do have it. It's sitting on my shelf, sealed. You're planning to buy it on Steam? Oh, that's right. It's coming to. Isn't it coming to Steam like very soon, or is it already out? Was it exclusively on the Ubisoft store?
Long time no see.
Expansion, July 16th. Huh. Yeah, it's weird that it just can't seem to get its footing. If the same thing happens with Star Wars Outlaws as what happened with Avatar, that won't be good.
Hi everyone. What a first year we had with the Crew Motorfest.
Yes, I actually just got done yesterday playing Life is Strange 2, but I played all of them except
Donc versus.
No, I played all of them. I played all the Don't Nod games. Life is Strange, Before the Storm, 2, and True Colors. And then we have the new one coming out, which, by the way, when we were watching that trailer, was it yesterday or the day before? I didn't even realize that was Max Caulfield, that they're bringing her back. It just, like, the way that she was designed as an adult, to me, was just, like, I didn't even recognize her. So, yeah, they're bringing Max back for the new one. But yeah, I played all the Life is Strange games. Didn't like Life is Strange 2, I have to say. The last 2 episodes were good, but to me, Life is Strange 2 just felt so disconnected from all the other games. I did not really enjoy it. But I thought True Colors was good. I still think, personally, the original one is my favorite. And I also enjoyed Before the Storm. Yeah, Before the Storm, True Colors are Deck 9. Okay, so it just came out on Steam. Usually Ubisoft doesn't, you know, they release their games simultaneously across Steam and their Ubisoft Connect storefront. So I'm wondering why it never got on Steam. That's weird. I was in high school when the first game came out. It holds a special place for me. That was 2013, was it? So I was in a year of college. Yeah. When the first Life is Strange came out. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited that they're bringing Max back. And for the longest time, I didn't want to play the other games because I really enjoyed Max and Chloe's storyline, and I didn't want to play the other Life is Strange games. But I finally did, you know, people were telling me, no, they're really good. And so I finally decided to check them out, and yeah, I have to say that I did enjoy them a lot.
As the chase never stops.
Sorry for your dyslexic butchering. It's fine. You were in middle school when the first one came out? Oh, wow. It's crazy.
Tune into our next Crew Showcase in September. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, in 2015, I thought, okay, well, maybe the disc came out in 2015. Because it was an episodic game first, and then they made the disc version afterwards. And I had played it digitally first on the PC, actually. And I played it again on the PS4.
I bring forth tidings of hope across our glorious land.
But I think it was 2013. I'm pretty sure about that because I remember it was at the very end of the generation. You're finishing middle school, okay. But it's still it's pretty young.
Our fields shall yield bountiful harvests, and our coffers shall overflow with wealth. An era of prosperity dawns upon us, heralded by the arrival of a new governor. You can take it from here.
That's an Anno ad. Had no idea.
Manu, I love that trailer.
That was awesome. Hi, my name is Manuel Reiner. I'm creative director.
And hi, I'm Hay Anderson, brand director. And it's with great pleasure and enthusiasm that we, on behalf of the Ubisoft Mind Studio, stand before you to give you a glimpse.
2010s till 2016 is so good. Yes. No, I agree. I mean, like, just that there was an era. For me, it was for me it was probably 2007 to like 2012 for me was like the golden age. But still, like, it's funny because I gave the PS4 and Xbox One so much shit last generation, saying, oh, you know, creativity's over, there's no new ideas, it's just sequels and existing franchises and stuff. But I have to say that now we're halfway through this generation. Last generation was good. You know, we had at least interesting games and games to play. This gen, it seems like the industry's just imploding. First of all, you had COVID, which basically disrupted the production value, so no one really got their hands on the consoles till 3 years later, 2-3 years later. And then everyone's getting laid off and losing their job, and now, you know, we have games here that are in cross-gen development, so they're coming out on last gen too and not taking full advantage of the current gen. And then in addition to that, all the great games that we have, you know, to look forward to are not coming till the next year or the year after. So it's like, you know, this generation's just, I mean, Xbox is talking about being hard at work on the next generation. Are they really going to give us the new console, the 10th generation, in 2027, 2026? It's just so bizarre, and it's sad. I almost hope that, you know, this is an industry, this generation is a generation where there's a lot of lessons learned. And I don't know, they just need to find a way to make it sustainable, because it's not. For you, it's 2011 to 2021. So many great story-driven games. Just ignore multiplayer service stuff. Yeah. Well, the multiplayer service stuff really started with Destiny, I guess, was one of the first games. The live service games. Yeah, the Division and all that stuff. Yeah. And in Fortnite, just everyone's looked at Fortnite and just saw dollar signs. But it's nice because I see these days that there's a lot of people who are really advocating and, you know, for single player games, and they're disappointed when games don't have single player offline options. Like, it's funny to me, you know, I feel like the audience, in a really good way, is letting companies know and developers know, hey, we want offline modes and games to be accessible forever. We're not on board with this always on live, you know, here today, gone tomorrow bullshit. I think also what's happening is that you have companies like Ubisoft who's taking games from your library, like The Crew went offline, and they just took the game out of your library. So people look at that and there's like no, you know, there's no confidence now. So I'm just, I hope that, I think there's going to be a painful transition, but I hope that at the end of it, you know, people just we find a way to balance things out, and there's healthy multiplayer and there's healthy single player, and there's a sustainable development for all those different types of games. That'd be the best case scenario. It looks like every odd year is getting the best games. Yeah, I would say, like, last year was pretty good. This year's very dry. There's been some, you know, good games, but I would say, like, you know, you look at the release schedule this year, you compare it to last year, and it's like, yeah, it's very dry. This looks like Assassin's Creed Shadows, by the way. 2016 had lots. Yeah, I was like, 2016 was like incredible to me because I'm like, wait, I'm getting Mirror's Edge and I'm getting Deus Ex in the and I'm getting Uncharted in the same fucking year. Like, what? And then you had the PS4 Pro launching. You had new Mafia game, Ratchet and Clank, Doom. That was a crazy year. It really was. Most of those games turned out well. You know, there were some little disappointments there. And yes, I put Mirror's Edge Catalyst as a disappointment, as well as Deus Ex, Mankind and Divided. I still think if Eidos Montreal was able to, you know, make the game that they wanted to make when it came to Deus Ex, because from what I understand, Mankind Divided was supposed to be it was the first part in a much longer and larger game. And yeah, now, what is it? Embrace or cancel the new Deus Ex game that was in development. We don't know how far along that was, but just makes me angry. I just hope we can get through this as quickly as possible. This tough time the industry is in. Just want to get through it. Just move forward. I even loved 2021 because of RE4 VR, Life is Strange, True Colors, Halo. Yeah, and for me, Returnal. Returnal to me is still the best game this generation. I love Returnal. Very interesting. The soundtrack is just one of my favorites I've heard in years. And the story, although it's open to interpretation, to me, based on the what I've interpreted it as, it's just incredible. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's still my favorite game. This generation is Returnal.
It was a period of war where clans were fighting for power.
Oh yeah, Horizon 3, Infinite Warfare,
In the unification of
which great single-player game, did not even touch the multiplayer, but COD 4 Remaster in that same year. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Was it Gravity Rush? No, we got Gravity Rush Remastered.
The samurai and the
Yakuza 0 was next year. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff there, a lot of good stuff. You watch my channel because of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. You and I figure most people are probably watching my channel because of all the content I did on Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Very different time. It was a very different person. You know, in college, fanboy, and had nothing but time on my hands in between schoolwork and a part-time job. And yeah, no, part of me, I still go back and I watch some of those videos just to remind myself of what those days were like. Some of the best moments of my life, and especially YouTube, covering the game for you guys, and just the lead up, the excitement for that. Anyway, I'm happy that you guys are still here. If you were a fan of me back then, that really does mean a lot. And Tyler's you've been here for like forever.
We're introducing a full year cycle where you'll be able to rediscover a location under
so it's really humbling. I appreciate you guys that you all stick with me.
Ice may prevent you from going underwater.
Thinking about it, I'm like, wow, 2028 is going to be my 20-year anniversary on YouTube. 2028.
Or heavy rain will help you to blend in the environment, to lurk or
who could fucking say that? Actually, that's not even true. It's more like 2027, because I had a previous channel before this that I had for like a year and a half, and that was like 2007. So yeah, technically speaking, it would be 2027, but this channel for 2028.
But today, I'm really excited to share an extended look at Assassin's Creed Shadows gameplay. You're about to see a sequence where Naue and Yevsky
Mirror's Edge Catalyst for me wasn't a disappointment, but as I said, a culture shock for me because of how much my expectations were lowered and how much it felt like nothing else. I don't think it's a bad game. It's not technically at all a bad game, but you could definitely see that they wanted to do a lot more, and especially when your expectations are set by a trailer of a game that people hadn't seen for 5 years and been begging for it, and then at the end of your trailer you put coming when it's ready, which is what CD Projekt Red did with Cyberpunk, but that's a different story. But when you put that as the expectations, and then the game comes out and the world, the way it's designed, there's just again, there's hallways that lead to nowhere, and I get it was their first open world game, but there's so many other devs out there who have done it. I just figure if that game had a year or two of development, just imagine what they could have done. Fixed all the little things, and that's what it is. It's little things. I forgot who said it. When I watched a YouTube video, someone did an analysis and someone said, Mirror's Edge Catalyst scores the same grade on a much harder test. It's technically better, I guess, than the original. It offers more, but it doesn't do anything to really progress the franchise. It didn't correct all of the issues that people were looking for it to correct. Or didn't offer as much as what people were kind of hoping it would. And I just think that's because they weren't able to fully create the game that they wanted to make. I think probably Frostbite also had something to do with that, the Frostbite engine. Even though it's, from DICE, EA forcing everyone to use the Frostbite engine, that probably was a lot of issues they had to work through, was getting Frostbite to an engine designed for a first-person shooter to work in an open world action adventure game with no gunplay.
Right behind you, little one.
By the way, this looks really good. Graphically.
Baba, I brought someone.
I'm surprised it took him this fucking long to make a Assassin's Creed in Japan. But this looks pretty good.
A samurai. One that does not hail from these lands.
I am a stranger, yes. But you have nothing to fear from me.
Ha! I have enough to fear from the men of Kochiyama. They abuse their power, taxing us. Again.
The thing is, you know everyone's going to be looking at this game, and it's going to be compared heavily to Ghost of Tsushima.
In the market now, along the main road. A stranger might make good merit.
I wonder what they're going to do. I want to see the combat of this game. Did they just literally, you know, drag and drop combat from Valhalla into this game, or did they actually redo it? I want to see what they're going to do about that. There's no such thing as a shooter racing engine in reality, but it's a long and boring explanation. No, I get, well, I guess designed, you know, for those specific games. But isn't that the same issue that BioWare ran into with like Mass Effect Andromeda, that it was due to Frostbite not having the not being purpose built for a game of that magnitude?
More corruption.
I remember hearing something about that, and it was also with Anthem. You know, they blamed Frostbite and the fact that they had to like literally build all these systems from the ground up because it wasn't part of the engine. Or something to that effect, you know. They had to do all this extra work because they were forced to use Frostbite, which wasn't built purposely for those styles of games. At least that's what I understand in layman's term.
I told you, keep walking.
Okay, here's the combat. Okay, it's fucking Valhalla combat. It's literally the same combat. With some nice finishers. Okay. They added like a parry system. So it's like Valhalla combat, but they added a slight parry system. I guess what more could they do? Oh, is that like the Kurosawa mode?
There's another. Up the road toward the castle. A corrupt samurai named Fujioka. Protector turned persecutor. Greed cannot rule this village.
Slightly disappointing based off of what I've seen of the combat. Like, it's small things that they've added. It looks slower, but I don't know if it's because he's moving slower. Well, there you go.
I'll wash away his failure with your blood. You will have to spill it first.
So it looks like the parry system is the big thing. That's how you're gonna be playing this game, is mostly the parrying.
Who do you think you are? For the people?
You're not gonna be just dodging and sliding around like in Valhalla. Okay. Frostbite was an in-house DICE thing, so Mirror's Edge Catalyst was priority for sure. My friend wants to make an interview with the sound designer of Catalyst, but I don't know how long it would take to make. He also has a lot of projects besides in real life. After Ghost of Tsushima, it does look really dull. Yeah. It's just, you know, Ghost of Tsushima was one of the most impressive things art-wise, and it had good combat. This just looks like they just added some small things here. I guess what do you kind of expect them to do? You know, they're not going to reinvent the wheel. It's Ubisoft after all, but
so now we know who he worked for.
A daimyo, Fukuyama Castle.
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him. He'll be difficult to find.
Here's a look at the world. God. Every single time they pull up a map in a Ubisoft game, I'm just like anxiety, you know?
We can sneak in.
That's what it's like.
The front gate.
You can choose to play as either
It's almost
character.
dark. No one will see me coming.
I'm probably gonna enjoy playing as her because it's a stealth. She's like a stealth-focused ninja, and that's how I like to
Don't
play.
worry. I won't be alone. It'll be me and the shadows.
In the shadows.
If what we heard on the
Serve
background
the light.
is an actual soundtrack, then it's gonna age poorly because of all that trap
I'll go
sounds. Just
straight for
completely
the
suck
dining
out all this little, yeah.
When fighting a snake, why wrestle the body when you can slice off the head?
See, this looks good to me because I like the stealth-focused aspect, and that's been something that's been, you know, not so cared for in the new Assassin's Creed games. Like, they added the stealth mechanic, you can sneak through the tall grass and all that crap, but there's not, like, I don't know. I miss the, I kind of miss just the old systems. Assassin's Creed was always fun because it was sort of like, you know, blending in broad daylight. You know, it was stealth, but you're not really hiding, like, behind things. You're hiding in crowds of people and stuff like that, and finding your way to sneak up to the target without them even realizing that you're even right next to them is the fun part. But that's not a part of the game anymore. I thought she was going to shoot that lantern and it was going to, like, put the guy on fire. I was going to be like, really? I'm excited for the Japanese setting, though. You would think it just goes hand in hand with Assassin's Creed, but, you know, it's taken them this long to make a game.
A grave, huh?
God, I hate the I hate the fucking heads-up display. The thing in the top left corner, you know, he is in Tamba. He resides in the Fukichiyama Castle. He places in a courtyard, or he paces in a courtyard, and it's just like, they use that same system in Ghost Recon. They fucking use that same system in the other games. It's how much you want to bet that's in Star Wars as well? Star Wars Outlaws. Find your target. He's in Tatooine. He's in the bar. He's sitting down having a drink with, you know, next to some alien dog or something. I don't know. Like, I get what they're going for, but that's part of the issue. It's just this formulaic, cookie cutter type systems that apply to all their games. And Ubisoft wants to know why you don't think that they're fun anymore. McDonald's looks more appealing. It's just like, I just don't like the reuse of all these systems. And it wouldn't be so bad if they didn't do it in every single game of theirs. That's the main problem.
Fujioka must have been the samurai.
Like, if that was just an element in the Assassin's Creed games, I wouldn't think twice about it. But because I've seen that in all their other games, to me, I always play these games with the guided system metric, whatever it's called. Oh shit, you can, oh. That's cool. She has one of those, like, bamboo things to breathe. That's cool. Look at our physics. Oh, the bamboos just disappeared.
I've shed all the blood I need. Time to go.
God, the compression is so bad. Could barely see anything when she's running in the shadows. Agree with your thoughts on the UI. Personally, I don't like the... No, yeah, the game doesn't look bad, but it's all the elements that Ubisoft takes from their other games, which is the problem with Ubisoft games. They're not bad in that they're poor quality, they're unpolished, they perform terribly most of the time. They're not bad. But the problem is that everything's just formulaic. They use the same UI elements, the same map system, the same main menu screen. And as a result, their games end up feeling the same, because you start seeing the same elements. This looks okay to me. Again, nothing in that gameplay really made me more excited. I'm definitely going to play it. Played all the Assassin's Creeds at this point, but nothing in there made me like super excited or very interested, more so than what I already was. Is this the end? They had people like lining up. Is that the end? Are they really not going to end this without mentioning Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon? Fucking, what's the other one I'm not thinking? Watch Dogs? You're not gonna have Eves come out and just be like, you know, one more thing? Well, if they literally ended here, what was the point of this conference? There was nothing that they had to show. It was a giant advert.
Hello everyone. It's a
Come on,
pleasure
Eves,
for
one
all
more
of us to be
thing.
here to celebrate
One more thing,
our shared
please.
passion for games. I wanted to say thank you to all Ubisoft teams around the world. Their talent, creativity, hard work.
I do appreciate,
is what
though,
makes all of
that
us
at least they have
all
all the
this
devs
possible.
kind of come up on stage at the end. A lot of other companies don't do that, you know? I will give them that.
To all our players, thank you. Your passion is our driving force, and we can't wait for you to get your hands on the amazing games you have seen today. So,
They have
thank you for
stormtroopers
watching.
as security.
Thank you.
Which is just hilarious. That's the end! Are you fucking kidding me? Why did you put this show on? Why? What did you have to show that we hadn't seen before? There was nothing here. Let's recap. Star Wars Outlaws, which we already knew was coming and seen plenty of times before. X Defiant, which is already out and people already can play right now. DLC for Prince of Persia.
For the Ubisoft Forward post
And an announcement that they're remaking The Sands of Time, which I could have swore that we already heard about as well. And wait, they showed Avatar, which had been out, and then Assassin's Creed Shadow, which we know is like. There's nothing exciting there. What a waste!
Hello, my name is Thierry Dansereau, art director on Assassin's Creed Shadows.
And I'm Charles Benoit, game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. We are here today to
I don't even
share
know what to
details
say.
on our first
I'm
game.
muting this. I don't know what to say here. I'm trying to understand why they needed to come on a stage today and show anything. This was just, I mean, this is the worst showcase this year. Like, you know, at least with the PC gaming show, even though I didn't appreciate that they just went overboard and it's just content galore, it's content. Stuff you hadn't seen before. There's no content. This was just an advertisement. I guess they all are advertisements at the end of the day, but there's nothing of intrigue or nothing here to make you say, man, Ubisoft has some great games coming. Wow. They literally just could have not showed up today, and it would have changed absolutely nothing. What are people saying? Chat is disabled? They disabled the live chat? Who the fuck disables the live chat? Yeah, it's fucking disabled. Why would you disable the live chat? Dude, something's going on, man. Something... I know they have, like, financial issues. We've heard about that for a long time. But coming, like, literally putting on a stage, having people come to your venue, like, I'm glad I didn't go. I probably could have gone. You know, if I really, really wanted to, I probably could have contacted someone. But why would you want to go? There's nothing to be shown here. There was no surprises whatsoever. There's no gameplay for even the new stuff they were showing. Or no, you know, surprise reveal gameplay. That would have been such a waste of a day. And you disable the live chat? Which just tells me that, you know, you really just don't give a shit. They probably knew, you know, first and foremost that, yeah, you know, people were going to be pissed at this. What a disappointing show. This is the worst conference this year. Absolutely. Because it was nothing. Didn't get you more excited. Didn't get you less excited. Well, actually, it did make me a little bit less excited, I have to say. Because if they had at least showed Splinter Cell, you know, which we've heard about for years at this point, that they were going to do a Splinter Cell remake. I could have swore it's been like 2 years or so. It's been announced for a while that they were going to do a remake of the original Splinter Cell, and it's about time. Yeah. All right. I mean, I gotta say, this was the it's just a crappy way. You know what? This is absolutely appropriate. How to end the Summer Games Fest of 2024, because this year has been pretty poor for the industry. Xbox did great this year, which I'm really happy for them, and they needed to really do great. So Xbox did fantastic. That's my favorite presentation. Summer Games Fest was meh, you know, it was just meh. I'd probably say the Future Game Show was better than the Summer Games Fest this year. I probably would rate it Xbox, Future Games Show, Summer Games Fest, PC Gaming Show, and then this, the Ubisoft show. All right. Well, I don't keep up too much of your time, guys. I'm just floored that this is what they had to come out today and show us, which was nothing. I just can't believe they really did this. What a waste of money. They're going through financial troubles, just like the rest of the industry. You know, and you're spending your money on this for no reason. It does suck. It does suck it sucks for us. It sucks for Ubisoft as well, because they have games, they have franchises. I guess, you know, there's not really much going on with them. Like, not even a hint or a nod. Or, you know, like, Eves didn't even come out at the end and just be like, yeah, you know, we have a lot of stuff that's exciting that's coming. You know, Splinter Cell or existing like, he didn't say anything like that. He just said, thank you for being here, goodbye. That's all he did. He didn't even say like, oh, there's exciting things to come, please stay tuned. Okay, it just baffles me. All right, I'm gonna go get some food. I'm sorry that we have to end it here for our Games Fest. This is the last of my live streams. People have asked me as well, very quickly. People have asked me as well if I'm going to be doing a birthday celebration live stream this year. I don't know what I'm going to be playing, but I will decide tomorrow if I am going to do that or not. And if I do, I will make a community post, and I will post up as well a live stream reminder tomorrow. So, and that will be Friday. And it probably will only be for a couple hours. I just got to figure out, I got to think about what game I could play, and you know, what we can kind of do on the live stream, and if there is something that sounds good, or if you guys have any ideas as well, you know, just feel free to let me know. All right, I guess that's it. Again, thank you guys for being here, and I really appreciate it. And you know, it's been nice to at least hang out with you guys and watch these showcases. I do really appreciate that you guys have stuck with me, and you know, are here to at least keep me company during some of the disappointments here. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.